Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special early live edition of The Wrap right here on the Fight Game Media Network YouTube channel. Happy Tuesday night to you all. Happy New Year's Eve as we get ready to wrap up the year 2025, usher in 2026. And I can't believe I'm saying this as we get ready to start the road to WrestleMania again in Las Vegas, running it back next year. But let's remember the year that was in WWE for 2025. All of the best, all of the worst, recapped, reviewed for your viewing and listening pleasure. I'm Keila Cash, and by my side, as always, is my co-captain, my right hand, the sometimes advocate for the rapidly improving Ms. Jada Parker from NXT. I bring to you back on the wrap, as always, someone who is not salty today on a very special awards day. He is perky. I present to you Perky Scott Young. Welcome back, Perky.
Thank you for having me, Keila. As always, it's a pleasure to chop it up and talk all things WWE. And how could I not be Perky Scott? We have the awards. We got a black champion on Triple H's watch. And it's the King's birthday. I mean, there's just so much to celebrate today. Yeah, how could I not be Perky?
You know, there are a few things to celebrate, and I'm down with two of the three of them. I mean, I really am. So I'm very happy for you that we have a black champion in WWE on SmackDown, that Triple H on the last day of the year just about saw color. He saw it. He recognized it. It's a miracle, I tell you. And then King James turns 50. Congratulations to him as well.
Well, 50 is a strong word. He might drop that tonight for his birthday, but yeah, what a day. And I'm pretty sure it's Tiger Woods' birthday too. So like it's a GOAT day. It's just a GOATed day.
It's a GOATed day, a day of the GOATs. All shout out to the GOATs. And it's going to be a lengthy show tonight. We're coming on the air a little bit earlier because we got to go through the Wrap Awards. It's our 4th annual award ceremony as we celebrate and then denigrate some of the best and worst moments in WWE of the year. We got some fan votes as well. We'll go through the ballots in just a bit. But you know what we got to do? It's been a minute. We have not talked NBA yakety yak for a minute. And over the last 2 weeks, things have changed in the NBA regarding the standings. We have injuries, unfortunately, people out for several weeks, which makes me very, very, very sad. But let's take a peek at the NBA Western Conference standings, shall we? Number 1, still for now, in the West are the Thunder, who are 28-5. Number 2, the Spurs, who are 23-9. 3, the Nuggets, 22-10. The Rockets, number 4, 20-10. The Lakers still hanging tough, 20-10. 5-5 in their last 10, though, batting .500. The Timberwolves, number 6, 21-12. The Suns, 19-13. The Warriors, 17-16. The Grizzlies, 15-17. The Trailblazers, 14-19. The Jazz, yeah, I can't believe they're even in the mix here with a 12-19 record. And then we have the Mavs, 12-22, in the basement right now, the Kings and the Pelicans. But Scott, your thoughts on the rankings as we reach almost All-Star season?
Yeah, it's a tight race. You lose a couple games, you lose a couple spots. So the West is tight. Lakers are going to take a little bit of a hit with AR-15 recharging, reloading. So that's going to hurt a little bit. King James is getting his legs underneath him, so that's going to help. I expect a big game tonight on his birthday. Spurs are showing that they're for real. They have the youth to keep up with the Thunder. But in all honesty, none of this really matters right now. We'll see what happens after the All-Star break. But it's a tight race right now in the West.
Yes, Joker's out for 4 weeks. No ligament damage, thankfully, to the knee. I was like, oh, God, after the game he had on Christmas night, which was insane. I was like, well, let's hope he's okay. He's going to be out for about a month, but he should be back at it. I like Denver a lot, too. They got to watch out for them this season, but I like the Spurs a lot. They've beaten the Thunder, 3 times in 2 weeks? very impressive. If they have to meet up in the playoffs, that would be a very fascinating series to watch. As we flip things over to the East, and still, number one right now, the Pistons 24-8. The Knicks, though, right on the heels, 23-9. Celtics 19-12. The Raptors, number four, 20-14. The Magic 18-15, as well as the Heat at number six, 18-15. The 76ers, who are playing right now, who are 16-14. The Mavs, the Cavaliers, who are 18-16. The Bulls coming in at number nine, 15-17. Hawks 10, 15-19. Bucks number 14 with Giannis back, 14-19. Bringing up the rear would be the Pacers, who are 6-27.
Yeah, none of this matters on the East Coast. Shout out to Detroit. Cade Cunningham is going to make a case for all NBA. But that's really about all that's really going on. The Boston Celtics, probably one of the best stories of the year. If they can keep this going on, JT comes back and even he's 60%, they got a good shot at getting back to the finals.
Yeah, they are really impressing me. I thought the injury would kind of wipe them out, but they are hanging tough. They're in the top five, and they could be challenging for that top spot if Jason Tatum does come back from that Achilles right before the playoffs. We shall see as we enter the next stretch of the NBA season. And we're on the street with my Hawks that it might be time to say goodbye to Trae Young. So, Scott, he might be moving to Calabasas, might be a Laker real soon, potentially, since he bought property out west.
That would be one of the worst trades the Lakers can make. They're already one of the worst defensive teams, so why not go and add a 5'8" defensive nothing to the team? He'll add a lot on offense, but I mean, what is he going to do defensively? Who's he going to guard? The ref? I mean, what are we doing right now? What are we talking about?
Well, listen, he's got property. He's not going to the Clippers. That's not prime time enough for him. So the Lakers are going to get him. They have Luka and Trae on the same team as they were drafted to two different teams, and now they're somewhere else.
Nah, send him to the Clips. Let him go over there and let James Harden come back to the East so he can continue his streak of making the playoffs every year. that because he'll get the Hawks to the playoffs in the East. He'll get them there. Him and Jalen Johnson, I think they'll work real well together. Let's not try to. Aren't they like 0-4 since he came back?
Well, yes, they are. They are. Okay. They are.
So there you go. Jalen Johnson's playing way too good to have little Trey out there missing trays and sending them back to the bottom of the East. Playing way too well.
Yeah, well, it might be time to say goodbye, but honestly speaking, why would I want James Harden on my team when he's going to do what he always do, disappear in the playoffs?
But he'll get you to the playoffs. You're not going to the playoffs right now without him.
Sir, listen, I'd rather be at home versus him not showing up in the clutch. I'd rather be at home, sitting down, chilling, relaxing, getting my Cancun on early versus him disappearing when it counts most for like a game 5, please.
All right, well, if you'd rather be at home watching the King do his thing, then that's fine. But I still say, if he's going to LA, send him to the Clippers, because we do not want or have a reason to get him. AR-15 is already better than him, so we don't need Trae Young.
All right, famous last words. We'll see if Scott will eat those words in just a month's time. And then if he does, I have like the oven ready. I have the bird on standby, the crow with hot sauce and seasoning all ready to go, humble pie. I fix a great meal for my captain. I do.
That would be the worst.
It would be the best for me just for you to eat crow.
Oh, my God. I would have to root for that guy.
Yes.
It would be the absolute worst.
It's like rooting for Steph. Just you would have to.
I'd rather, at this point right now, I would rather root for Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors than little Trey on the Lakers right now.
That actually makes me happy.
Oh God.
Steph Curry praise from his most hated fan. I love that for me. I do. All righty. Enough NBA yakety yak. Let's now get to the Rap Awards. Very important award ceremony. I want to shout out, our guy Steven, because he used to be here every year in his rented tux, and he's unavailable this year to join us. So he is here in spirit, and we thank him for his service, for always being there for us every single year. And he was there for some long recordings as we went down the list of the best and worst in WWE. So we will miss you, sir. We hope to have you back here someday as you lock in on WWE once again. But Stephen Conway, from Speaking of Strong Style, we miss you. I have a rented tux in the closet just for you in your honor tonight. But let's get to the Rap Awards, shall we? It is an award special that commemorates the best and worst in WWE this year. We have our lower tier categories for the worst, and then we work our way up to the tippy top of the very best of the best. And winners will vary. Trust and believe. There will be some crossovers for sure, but mostly this would be a variation of winners and losers. Take your pick. So let's get to our first category: worst match of the year. The worst match of the year, dirt worst, trash match from 2025. Scott, who are you crowning this incredible honor?
You know, the worst part is it's probably not the worst match, but it's by far the most disappointing, and it had the worst ending of them all. But I got to go with John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in the main event. Travis Scott and his Sage being there just absolutely ruined it for me. And then he never decided to show back up. So that for me is going to take the cake as the worst match of the year.
I was debating this as well, but if you want to pick a match that left a sour taste in your mouth, it would be this one to close out WrestleMania Night 2. And they were having a nice recovery because Night 1 was kind of rough. Night 2 was on an upward swing. Oh, yeah, we're going to tear it up. Show of the year. And then that main event happened. And it was the very worst of John Cena. It was not the best of Cody Rhodes. Travis Scott came and went, never to be seen again. He's been retconned out of WWE history. The man has been shaded on various interview platforms over the last several months. And it really culminated in a bad match that saw John Cena become a 17-time world heavyweight champion. Congrats to him. He broke the record in WWE canon, but my Lord, the match was no good. And it just made me sad to think at the time he was washed as a wrestler because it was just not it. That match was garbage.
Yeah, worst part is, and like you said, that night too had potential to be one of the best, if not the best PLE of the whole year. If that main event could have delivered, they had arguably the match of the year to open the show, coming off of one of the best matches, which was the main event of night 2. So just really disappointing all around.
Yes, and we have some fan picks from Paul Fontaine. His worst match, probably one of the Tiffany Jade matches. I like the Tiffany Jade matches. I thought they had quirky chemistry. I don't know. It wasn't bad.
Chemistry.
Quirky. It was quirky. I wouldn't classify it as bad. I found myself liking it more than hating it. And then our girl, Lady B, she checks in. Worst match to her was Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella at Clash in Paris.
Now, see, I didn't hate that one. My expectations for Nikki were very low, so that might be why I enjoyed it probably a little more, because I wasn't really expecting much.
It was I didn't hate it. It was it existed. That's what I say for matches like that. It existed on the timeline. It happened. But let's get to the next category: worst moment of the year. The moment that you question your fan card, that you wondered, why do I tune in? Why do we do this job, Scott? Why do we pick up these microphones and do our thing every single week? So, Scott, what was your worst moment in 2025 as a WWE fan?
Again, it was going to be Travis Scott and his Sage. He was going home with a lot of awards, but then at the very last last minute, Cody Rhodes again came through with the home invasion of Drew McIntyre and had one of the worst segments I have ever seen. So Cody Rhodes 2 for 2 on the worst awards for the rap.
Wow, Cody, you're racking up the awards for all the wrong reasons to kick off this episode. But it was really bad. If you have not seen it, look it up on WWE's YouTube page. It is trash. That segment was so bad. But it was not my worst moment of the year. The worst moment of the year was Brock Lesnar's return to WWE. It was. And actually, let's do an extra honorable mention. His return, and then runner up for best match, him massacring John Cena at WrestlePalooza. Let's make it a 2-for-1 special of trash.
Yeah, that's a strong candidate for worst match too. So yeah, Brock definitely was in the conversation for these top 2 awards as well. But there was nothing topping Cody Rhodes running through security and jumping over golf courses to get to Drew McIntyre in the cleanest looking home invasion footage I've ever seen.
4K drones. I mean, the footage was so clean. It could be nominated for an Emmy Award for best editing, best directing, best cinematography, not for best writing, please. But the security guy taking a drink in the water by the Lake of Reincarnation was a sight. The Nutcracker getting beat down as well. The manicure lawn was quite the sight. Drew has a very nice house. He does. Was that a rental property? I don't know. But what I do know is that I hated that segment too, but I hated Brock Lesnar's return even more. So let's get to our fan picks. Paul Fontaine comes through worst moment of the year. CM Punk's promo on John Cena right before their match in Saudi Arabia.
Okay, I didn't hate his promo. I really enjoyed Cena's. But I didn't hate Cena Punk's. It was fine.
Yeah, it was serviceable. I mean, if we had to do a redo with the roles reversed, it would have been better with better alignment and material. It was aight. And then Lady B, she's on my wavelength. Brock Lesnar returns at SummerSlam. That was a sour taste moment, tone deaf by WWE, but WWE is going to guess what? WWE all the time. Our next category is worst feud storyline of the year. The storyline that irked us, something that just made us think, why is this going on and on and on and on and on? Scott, your selection for worst feud and or storyline of the year.
Oh man, a lot of strong candidates. Triple H versus AI definitely was a strong candidate, real close to winning. But again, I'm gonna give the worst feud to Cody Rhodes when it comes to The Rock and his soul. The Sage, Travis Scott, just that whole combustion of everything that they had going on led to absolutely nothing. Made John Cena have to do stuff on the fly. Like he said in his interview with Cody, first there was this plan and then they were gone and now there's no plan. So Cody Rhodes, The Rock, Travis Scott, Sage, and Souls.
In that order, Sage and Souls.
You got to make sure that the Sage is in there because that is part of Travis Scott. Because every time he was around, he was throwing that Sage everywhere. So that is a part of the worst feud of the year by far.
Yeah, it will have to be the first few months of John Cena's heel turn. It was no good. And I really tried to wrap my arms around it with love and support and understanding and empathy. And then I quickly realized, no, this is trash. This is really, really bad. And Cena's trying so hard to be hated, but he's coming off like a robot, trying to be a bad guy, and he wasn't feeling it. Then Travis Scott disappeared. The Rock said, listen, I have to go make movies and get nominated for Oscars and Golden Globes and SAG Awards and Critics' Choice Awards. So I don't have time for this. Like, he basically came in, dropped by, and left all of us hanging. The payoff did not pay off at all. And John Cena's retirement tour for the first 6 months suffered because of it. It was detrimental to Cody's championship reign at WrestleMania. It just sidetracked everything for months on end. And it made me believe that John Cena as a wrestler was washed.
Yeah. And once he decided to bring some color back to his entrance, we saw that he was not washed and he had a lot left in the tank.
Yes, it was like night and day. It really was. Like, it opened my eyes to realize this guy is not washed. He still has it. Thank God, because I was quite concerned. So our fan picks, Paul Fontaine, his worst feud storyline of the year, Cena's heel turn. He's with us. And then Lady B's worst feud storyline of the year, New Day heel turn, and whatever that was supposed to be. You know what? That is a great selection, because I too wonder what the hell was the heel turn? What was the point of it in hindsight? It's been a year and we have little to show for it. Yes, they won the tag team titles for a time at a match at WrestleMania that could have went to more tag teams versus them. And that's saying something as a New Day lover. But the heel turn in hindsight has done them zero favors.
Yeah. Not only that, it up until this Usos tag team, the Oreo the Oreo try that they had going on, or the Dunkaroo as you like to call them, just has not panned out. Grayson Waller is no biggie, so we are where we are. Xavier Woods in the best shape of his career, can't do nothing but play video games.
But Scott, he makes a lot of money playing video games.
He makes a ton of money playing video games. And that's just him playing video games. I ain't even talking about his WWE contract.
Okay. Listen, he's making a living. I can't knock it. He re-upped his contract. So
not at all.
Good for you. Kofi and the non-beard disturbs me every time I see him. But listen, I love them still. I do. Truly, I do. And I pray and hope they find something to reignite their spark as a team heading into next year. Hell, go back to being baby faces, for God's sakes. Bring back the unicorns. I'll bring back the pancakes. That annoyed me. But just bring back you. Bring back what makes you special and what makes you beloved. Because this ain't it. Send that Dunkaroo back where he belongs, in catering.
I like Grayson. I think he's got something. I think he can do something, but it's just not with the New Day.
I know what he can do, Scott.
Here we go.
He can make a plate in catering. That's what he can do. Get some Tupperware, pack that plate up, take it on the road, warm it up.
Back to NXT then. Let that man go and thrive on NXT. The CW needs a great heel. Let him go back there.
I'm good on that too, Scott. I don't need him back on the CW where he can go. You know, we
don't say Tubi. Don't say Tubi.
Listen, sir. Tubi is where you can find yourself. You can reinvent thyself, and you can just get lost on Evolve and evolve your way out of WWE. That's where you can go. And I like Grayson Waller too, but this ain't it. None of this is it. So you can go back to Evolve, kick it, do something, and then leave.
I thought you were about to say he could go back to Evolve and kick rocks, but yeah, all right. Well, listen, if they want to pay that man probably $1 million to go be on Evolve, well, so be it.
Hey, it's a living, isn't it? A great living.
It is a living.
And you work twice a month. There you go. There you go. All right. So let's get to our happier categories. Now, this next category is one that holds a very special place in my heart. It was created for a man that touched our lives in so many ways. because we saw how bad and great he was at the same time. It is a man I'm still rooting for to make it in this industry. I pray that he makes it. He breaks through, figures it out. I believe he got cut a little bit too early for my liking. But if he wants to continue this path of being a wrestler, damn it, put in the work. But in the meantime, his legacy will continue to live on via the Wagner Award of Excellence, also known as our Most Improved Award. This award goes to someone that has overachieved in 2025. They were at the depths, the bottom, the doldrums, and then they rose up and they improved and they have hope and they have light and they have us rooting for them. So I will put my hand up and I will make my pick. I will select most improved Raquel Rodriguez.
That's a really good pick. Shout out to Kevin Nash. You know, when you think about the Vaughn, it's crazy to think that him and Braun Breaker started on the same night.
Yes.
In the same main event.
Yes.
For that NXT title. Now one's going for the World Heavyweight Championship on January 5th against CM Punk, and the other is still being a bodyguard on AEW Collision. But the Raquel's a really good pick. My pick is going to be Lash Legend. I think she opened a lot of eyes, especially in the War Games match. I just think she needs more opportunities, man. Every time she's out there, she's knocking it out the park. She is getting better every time. She's looking more comfortable, more dominant, the way she's supposed to look. And, you know, even though we know her tag team was cut short, unfortunately, before they got their tag team titles on the main or NXT, I still think the improvement that she has shown this last year should give them the confidence to really let her go.
Absolutely. She's improved so much. And, you know, it makes me sad that Jakara and Lash did not win those tag team titles on several occasions. It irks me to this day, but I'm going to be all right. But it speaks to WWE's faith in Lash to stand her own as a potential solo star. And what I love about Lash is when she showed up, she dressed like she got that main roster money. Because listen, the fits have been fitting. She presents herself as big time. She cuts great promos when she's able to do so. And her and Nia, she's carrying Nia right now in terms of like the charisma. And when it's time for her to dump her, as all friends of Nia tend to do, she will be a bigger star because of it. So shout out to Lash. But Raquel, she's my girl. She has improved so much. Because you know, on this show, I used to say, girl, get out the ring. What you doing? You killing the flow. But Kevin Nash told her to work like you big, work like you strong, work like you tough. And since that time, she's been putting in that work, has improved so much, has been a part of some great matches on WWE television and PLEs this year. Shout out to Raquel for putting in that work, listening to that advice, and being the best she's ever been on the main roster.
Yeah, she's starting to show flashes of that NXT champion she was. And for Lash, this whole tag team with Nia is absolutely just to set her up to have a nice big power slam of Nia. I mean, this whole thing, that's what it seems like to me. Because when she turns baby face and just body slams Nia and just throws her, it's going to be great. And the crowd's going to love it. And I think she could be a really good baby face, a powerhouse baby face that they don't have right now. Because I don't know what's going on with Bianca's hand. But Lash is great. Raquel, like you said, she's doing great. She had a good match on Monday as well. And her tag team with Roxanne is really good. So shout out to her, man. Shout out to Kevin Nash. She took those words. She didn't get upset. She took the criticism and she just utilized it. And now she's working big. She's not just, trying to do moves. She's doing things that make sense. And she's, throwing a little bit of some storytelling in there as well.
Yes. And Lord, let's pray over Bianca's finger because this has been a tragedy. We thought we would have her back in 2-3 months. It's been 8 months and we're heading into Royal Rumble season. And honestly, she can come back at Elimination Chamber, because we know how it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. We know what the reaction is going to be, and I would prefer her to be in Chicago. Okay, don't waste her return there. I said what I said.
Well, at least Triple H can't see her, so she might make it into Elimination Chamber.
You ain't right, but I'm just saying for Pop's sakes.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, because the queens ain't getting no love over there in Saudi. We know that.
If she does, I will fall out my chair. I'll take a drink in the afternoon if she gets a pop over there.
She might have been gone just long enough to where they're like, you know what? You are really good. You are genuinely really good. Even though you got a little color, you know what? We do like you.
That might surprise me.
They might. I doubt it, but
you listen. I would tell you this right now, because we will talk about the show like in late January. Okay, so the show comes on in the afternoon. If Bianca Belair returns and she gets a pop from that crowd, I will pop a bottle and I'll take a picture of it, send it to you, and say, "Listen, what I did. See it? Proof. And I will save some of it for the show when we do the recap."
Yeah, we're doing a drunk show. I'm with you on that. I'm taking shots during the show. I am 100% with. If Bianca Belair comes back at the Rumble, because I think she might. If she comes back at the Rumble and gets a positive pop, but listen, here's the kicker: not only gets the positive pop, but keeps it throughout the match as she starts eliminating people and making it further in the match. I'm with you. I'm taking shots during the show. I'm with you.
I represent the bottle. I will have the cup on the. You will hear me sipping. You will hear pouring. You will witness me being turned up after being turned up 8 hours earlier after the show.
I'm with it. Hey, deal. I'm with it.
Yes, I'm being dead ass serious. If they give her a massive Alexa Bliss like pop that she got earlier this year, I might cry and get drunk on the air because I couldn't believe my eyes and my ears. But we shall see. But let's get to our fan choices for the Vaughns, as Scott likes to call it. Paul Fontaine's selection for the Vaughn of 2025 goes to Maxine Dupree.
It's a good pick. I will say she's doing a lot better right now than I thought she would do. We'll see. Again, it could be the Becky Lynch effects. So we'll see what happens after the Becky Lynch feud. But she is doing a lot better than I thought she would do.
Yeah, I agree. And Lady B also agrees with Maxine Dupree. She's improved a lot. And what I like about Maxine, especially the last couple of weeks, is her promos. Mm-hmm. She's a very good natural talker on the mic. And
carries herself like a champion.
Absolutely. Carries herself like a champion. Confidence on the microphone. Smooth talker. Is over with the people. Next match is going to be key for her. I just want her to let loose, enjoy it in the ring, and not be as rehearsed, because I know she practices so hard, but just go with the flow of the audience, feed off of them and the story you're telling, and those matches will feel less structured and you'll be more in the moment. Because I know she's trying to remember everything, but sometimes you just got to go out there and let it flow. And once you do that, it will make her a better worker.
Yeah, and that's just going to come with reps. That's just going to come with, working with vets, working, with the other women on the roster. She hasn't worked with a lot of different women, and that, that's a part of it too. So, like I said, I think like the match with Becky will be key, 100%. That's a big match, big show. But I think what she does after that, win or lose, I think that's going to really tell how much she's improved and how much of it was just the Becky Lynch effect.
Absolutely. All righty. So next category is a fun one for us. Best entrance. So you got to come out there for these big shows and deliver presentation, entrance, theatrics, fit, music, the moment. And there have been a few that stood out to me this year, but I want Scott's selection for best entrance of the year.
I mean, honestly, the best entrance for the whole calendar year is Jay Uso. But if we're talking single entrance where we can just pinpoint one show where like that was it, that was the one, I'm going with John Cena at SummerSlam. When he brought the color back, when he went back to the old John Cena, brought back the energy, brought back the babyface John Cena. That was just the vibe was just different. Everything about it just worked. It made you think that that heel turn could have been so much better if they would have just stuck to their plan. If Travis Scott wouldn't have got lost in his sage, the plan could have worked because when he came back with that energy and stuff, it was beautiful. It was magical, and the crowd reacted appropriately. So single entrance, it's John Cena at SummerSlam. But if we're just talking every week consistently, entrance of the year, I don't think it's even close. It's Jey Uso.
Yeah, it's Jay for sure, even though he gets himself tired during said entrance. Like, dude, cardio. Cardio is key. That's why they go to the commercial. Breathe, Jay, breathe. It's okay. So it's a great entrance. It does put you through a lot in terms of a workout. John Cena's entrance to SummerSlam was special, but I was so scared because this guy legit turned babyface the night before, and I was scared because, like, is it for real? Is he playing us? He's out here in the full colors, but sure enough, the babyface turned stuck. And it was a great entrance. Stu was back in effect, which I loved and appreciated. So it was a great entrance. But if I had to select honorable mentions, I'm going to select two. One, WrestleMania Night 1, CM Punk's entrance, the mashup of his old theme, This Fire Burns, and the new Cult of Personality with Living Color playing him down to the ring at WrestleMania. Main event, Night 1.
Yeah, special for a lot of reasons. You could tell that was a very full circle moment for him, and to have them playing the song. Anytime you have the live band playing you down, it's awesome. So, yeah, I think that's a great choice.
Yes. And my second honorable mention at SummerSlam, Naomi, when she came out to her theme song played by her dad, that was pretty great. And knowing what we know now, it was even more special.
Yeah, I was just about to say, especially now after everything that's transpired, that's there's nothing. Speaking as a father, nothing is greater than being there for your child in one of their biggest moments. So I can't imagine, as great as it was for Naomi, I can't imagine how special it was for her pops.
Yeah. And Pops is shredding too. Like he
Yeah,
was
he
going
was.
off. Come on, dude. That was a really, really fun moment. So those are my two best entrances alongside John Cena, who traumatizing me a little bit because I didn't want to believe it. Because I thought, oh, another turn's coming. Travis is coming back. The Rock is going to come back and do his job. But it still was a great entrance at SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium. So Paul's pick was Obafemi from NXT.
I will say he has a certain aura about him, and when he came out during the John Cena Saturday Night's Main Event final show, that that entrance right there in particular felt big time, felt main event, especially standing opposing to Cody Rhodes, who has a great entrance as well as one of the best ones. That felt like a main event talent coming out with the shadow and stuff. Yeah, I think that's a great pick as well.
Oh yeah, that one was that was really good. The lasers, the lighting,
Hmm.
the entrance, like the aura, like that word is used a lot. The aura was there that night. I felt it. Really good. It really spoke to his future in terms of presentation on the main roster. They got that on lockdown. And Lady B also selects John Cena at SummerSlam as her entrance of the year as well. As we get to our next category, which is PLE of the year, show of the year, the event that gets tens across the board. And I'm going to have to add a bonus category out of the blue. And this will be for next year moving forward as well. So let's get the PLE out. Let's get the PLE out of the way regarding the best overall show of 2025.
I'm going with Evolution. I thought I thoroughly enjoyed that show. WrestleMania could have been it if that main event would have delivered, but I thought Evolution was absolutely incredible. Delivered and showcase why the women honestly really carried WWE. I thought all year, the most consistent all year. I think Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky, that was on its way to being the undoubtedly, no question, best match of the year. I mean, their chemistry is off the charts. They told a great story. The story leading into it of Rhea never being able to beat her was great. And then the moment happened where I became a fan and I had to call a spade and call a queen. And Naomi took her throne and spot atop that women's division. Just a great topper. Becky Lynch doing her thing. We got an NXT match, JC Jane and Jordan Grace. Nice showcase. The tag team match we had. Naomi had a match earlier in the show versus. I mean, she did her thing with Jade Cargill earlier in the show. Evolution to me was probably my favorite show all year. And again, it showcased the most consistent part of WWE all year, which was that women's division.
Yeah, I have to agree. Evolution is also my PLE of the year. I loved it from Atlanta. They showed up. They was competing against Cowboy Carter across the street at the Benz.
Absolutely. I forgot all about that. WWE set them up to fail.
Yes.
And they absolutely delivered their best show. Great show, man. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up because that's a great point.
Yes, Beyonce was across the street. The fans carried as well. Like they wanted to be so loud and say, listen, what you're not going to do is play on our faces. What you're not going to do, Triple H, is that we're going to, I don't know, reassess and think about it. No, we want another show. So they were loud as hell. Shirley got the pop of her life in Atlanta. Like the pop she got for the hot tag, it made her cry because she put out that article days before from the Players Tribune that had me crying at work. Like, girl, what you doing to me? So like that really cemented her babyface turn with Alexa Bliss as a tag team. And then of course the work up and down the card was good. Mother Stratus coming through looking good. And listen, I like Tiffany, but you got outworked by Trish that night. Undoubtedly so. I was like, damn, come through. And then Io and Rhea tore it up, and then Queen Naomi. And I never thought I would hear Scott say those words. Queen Naomi came out there, cashed in that briefcase, and won the championship. And he called it. He wanted it to happen at the show at the end, and it did. And it was perfect. And then I realized in that moment, I converted Scott into a full-blown Naomi fan. I've done great work this year. I am so proud of me.
I did because they were going against All Out. I think it was All In. Which one was it? All Out or All In?
It was All In the day before. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, it was that weekend. So I knew WWE wanted to do something to steal the headlines, but they couldn't have done it any better. The match was incredible, and Naomi came out, and she was great. The fire she showed. She earned it. She had been one of the best characters going since Money in the Bank when she won that briefcase. Proceed with caution, man. And she was great. And I'm sure her and Jimmy had a great night after that.
Well, listen, knowing what we know now, Baby Bambino was there. Baby Bambino was present.
You're right. He was.
he was present.
He got to see her first. Well, not her first, but he got to see her biggest moment of her career. Well, you're right. Yes. 100%.
Like, we have to remember she was pregnant since Money in the Bank.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That she climbed a ladder, won that, got put through multiple tables in her match against Jade.
That dude, Baby already out there taking bumps.
Yes, SummerSlam, Baby took a lot of bumps. So it was like the Baby had an adventure. When you really think back on it, like, yes, this Baby was present for that moment too. That she has to play back for him one day. Like, yeah, you were here for this. Crazy, crazy times.
It's a great show. Becky Lynch, and again, I let's not forget about Becky Lynch, man. She did some good work
And
with the
Lyra,
Intercontinental title.
yeah.
Yes, Lyra,
And
the triple
Bailey.
threat with her and
Oh,
Bailey.
ooh.
You know, and you already mentioned Raquel, so the tag team match, her and Roxanne with the tag titles. You mentioned Charlotte. I Stephanie Vaquer got her big.
Yeah.
That was the big win. She got to set herself up for the title match. That show did so many things story wise, did so many things action wise. I mean, like I said, that main event was arguably one of the best main events all year. And the match was just fantastic with that type of ending. You just can't ask for much more. And the lady said, "Who needs men when we're all right here?"
Preach on that. Fernando, welcome. Yes, we went early tonight because we have early bet times, but you are here. We thank you. We appreciate you. We knew you was rolling up around this time. It's all good. We love you being here. We got time still, like an hour, maybe or more show to go to talk about the best and worst moments of WWE. So you hang tight. We might review our answers just for you in a bit as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should definitely give Fernando a little recap at some point, just to kind of go over what we've done so far.
Yes, and we will do that probably after we go through the next picks from the fans. So PLE of the year, from Paul's perspective, goes to WrestleMania Night 2.
It was on its way there. I can't give it that after that main event. But that opening match, Rhea, Io, and Bianca, that's one of the top 3, if not the best match of the all year.
Mm-hmm.
And Dirty Dom got one of the best reactions all year, that show too. So
absolutely, man. That, like, listen, we were on track for having that be the PLE of the year. We were on track for that. And then it just all kind of crumbled at the end. All kind of crumbled. But I enjoyed WrestleMania mostly. If you just kind of put sprinkles of night 1 and sprinkles of night 2 together and you eliminate all the junk, could have been the show of the year. And then from Lady B, her PLE of the year is also WWE Evolution. All right, so Fernando, and for anyone tuning in right now, we are doing the 2025 Rap Awards, celebrating the best and worst moments of WWE this year. So to recap our picks so far, worst match of the year, we both picked Cody versus John Cena 1 at WrestleMania Night 2. Worst moment of the year, Scott picked Cody Rhodes doing a home invasion at Drew McIntyre's crib and taking out the nutcracker and a police officer. My worst moment of the year was Brock Lesnar's return to WWE and subsequently beating John Cena at WrestlePalooza in September. The worst feud storyline of the year, we both picked John Cena's heel turn, which did not do much for either of us. The Wagner Award of Excellence, Most Improved Award, I picked Raquel Rodriguez. Scott picked
Lash Legend.
Yes. Best entrance, we both picked John Cena at SummerSlam 2025. PLE of the year, we both picked WWE Evolution. And we got Fernando's picks coming in right now. Night 1 was so much better. I thought Night 2 was dragging in the right direction until the end. And then Elimination Chamber was his best pay-per-view. For moments, yes, it was. And then the rest of the year happened.
Yeah, if you swap Night 1's main event with Night 2, Night 2 is the PLE of the year. I don't even think it's close after that, because Night 1's main event was incredible as well. That triple threat was awesome.
It was, for sure. And his worst moment is also Cody versus Cena as well. As we get back on track here with our next category, it is a fun category. Guilty pleasure of the year. Now, this is a category where it's something that we shouldn't love, but we do. You try to resist it, but you can't. Try to shake that feeling, but you can't help yourself but to love this thing, this character, a gimmick, something that says, this makes me happy. Scott, what is your guiltiest pleasure of the year?
For me, it's gotta be Solo Sokoa. I thoroughly enjoyed almost everything he was a part of. His antics, just his when he needed to be over the top, the way he would be in the ring with people and he would do their little taunts, whatever it was. I think he was great. I think he showed a lot of personality, and I've been saying it for a while. Whenever they decide to turn him babyface, I think the crowd is going to fully embrace him. And then he also showed that he can go in the ring. That match with Gunther should have been a wake up call for anybody that was sleeping on him because that was a great match. He hung there with one of the best in the world. I Solo Sokoa for me was an easy pick for my guilty pleasure.
Solo is such dumb, big fun. I
Yes.
love him. He's so funny and he has a great personality. I love him. He needs to be a baby face. This mafia crap ain't working for me, but he's just the best. I love him. He is a great guilty pleasure. I have two guilty pleasures. I'm a cheater that way. My first guilty pleasure, I had the TV on, fired up on YouTube one Saturday afternoon, watching Worlds Collide. And then we see someone named Mr. Iguana
Oh my gosh.
and Yeska. And a star was born.
Oh my gosh.
A star was born. It was, the fans were into it. The man showed up at Money in the Bank, got a pop. Just the man got over in like 4 hours. It was incredible. El Grande Americano, yes. El Grande as Ludwig Kaiser, Cheddar Biscuits, is a great guilty pleasure of mine. And the fact this man is speaking fluent Spanish. Come on, Duolingo. Come on. Come on. Come through with the bilingualness of it all. I love that for me, and I love that for him too. But my true guiltiest pleasure is the teamwork, the collaboration of two really, really pretty people, Chelsea Green and All Ego Ethan Page. The on-air pairing we didn't know we needed, we got it. I was like, damn, look at that chemistry. Look at these two beautiful people kimming and having fun.
Yeah, we've talked about it multiple times. That's an incredible pairing. A nice male and female that look great together, that don't have to do any type of romantic stuff
Nope.
to feed off each other, to play off each other, and it just works beautifully. I you don't find that often, and for them to have that type of chemistry is incredible. I think that's a great pick, and I hope she gets him called up to the main roster because I think he could do great things on the main roster.
Yes. And Fernando has to make mention of all of the Americanos because there are at least 5 of them this year. 5 of them.
Well, at least we got it down to 3 now. So we got it down to a trio now. But
Yes.
since Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne ain't got nothing else going on. But yeah, I can't argue with that. And now El Grande is the most over baby face in AAA. So there you go.
Which is crazy. Let's just call out Pete Dunne's face, okay? His face is so strong that when you look at him through that mask, you can tell it's Pete Dunne because he has like the most sourpuss face of sourpuss faces.
I didn't know which one was which for the longest time. And then they did that face to face, and I was like, oh, there we go. Got it.
Me too.
Got it.
Yeah.
No, you're right. That stare is one of a kind.
It is. Because I was confused too, like which is which for a minute. And then when they zoomed in on his face, I said, that's Pete Dunne. I cannot mistake that mug through that mask. I can't. Because that face, that sourpuss expression is strong. And I said, from that day forward, I will not confuse the two. Because I was truly confused. Revo, bravo. I don't know which is which until I saw that man's face up close in 4K. I said, that's Pete Dunne. Undeniably so. I know a strong face when I see one.
Oh man,
But
yeah, I won't have that issue no more. All I just need to see a face to face. Got it. That's Pete.
yep, I got my confirmation and said, yep, undeniably so. Because I was confused for a minute too. Like, are they really Pete Dunne? Is that really Tyler Bate? Do they have standing Americanos? I did not know, but now I know for sure who is who. Then our fan picks for Paul Fontaine, guilty pleasure of the year. He's on team Mr. Iguana, as I am as well. And then Lady B, WWE Unreal. Oh, yes. Which is coming back in January. And oh, yes, you best believe we're going to be talking about that.
Shout out to Jelly Roll.
Gigi's going to love that shout out. He really is. Alrighty. But let me go to the made up category I made up. So we got to call out best PLE and now worst PLE of the year.
Ooh. I got to go with Survivor Series. I or War Games or whatever it was. The November show. It just really disappointing. You know, it just didn't. As you have famously like to say, that could have been an email. Could have just sent an email. We could have AI'd it, and then we could have just called it a day and moved on to Raw.
Yeah, which was a better show than the show that people paid thousands of dollars to go see in San Diego. That was a bad PLE, and it's time to retire War Games for a bit. Call me when we really need you. But my runner up, WrestlePalooza, just a show. First show on ESPN, and y'all gonna deliver that. Outside of AJ Lee's return, this is the best y'all could do. WrestlePalooza, a 4-match card with Brock Lesnar steamrolling John Cena, and that was the highlight. Outside of AJ's return to sender, that could have been an email that could have gave me a refund.
That was the start of the Drew McIntyre losing to Cody Rhodes story that never ends.
Oh.
I mean, he could have just won. He could have won the title right there, and we would literally be in the exact same situation and position we are right now. We could still be having this 3 stages of hell match, and Drew McIntyre wouldn't look like a complete goof all the way through.
Agreed. Oh, which reminds me, honorable mention for worst feud of the year: Drew and Cody, and Aleister Black and Damian Priest. Those.
But at least, but the Aleister Black, Damian Priest, they had a couple good matches on SmackDown. Like a couple. One of them was real. The Last Man Standing was real strong. Well, except for the Magic and the Fireball, but you know, that's okay.
Look at you
I'm looking forward to
scrambling.
the Black Priest. I'm looking forward to the Black Priest tag team we're going to get eventually.
Listen, I am here for that. If that is, listen, see, now you trying to espouse hope after what I hoped for a year ago. Here you go saying after this
I
6
know
month
you love to
feud.
put 2 guys together when they feud. So,
First of all, why are you gonna do this to me now? So now you're trying to paint a picture for me of the potential of Damian Priest and Aleister Black being a badass tag team, and I see the vision. You got Zelina there in the cut. You might have Lola there. Don't see now we paint pictures. That's a smoke show and a half.
That's a great looking team right there.
It is
a lot of
great.
potential.
A full ass smoke show that I can get into. But then I think about what was taken from me a year ago, and all I wanted.
You gotta let it go.
I can't, because see, you brought it back up. You created a vision, and now I have to have my own vision of what could have been after that best of 7 series with Andrade and Carmelo. They could have been tag team champions for Melo and Solo, but y'all didn't give me that. To hell with Triple H and Road Dogg and AI.
Well, thankfully Triple H wasn't at the tapings, because that's the only reason that Carmelo Hayes won that title, because he went home after the first show. He was like, all right, you got this? All right, I'm heading home. I got to go see the family.
Yeah, see, even you got Fernando all in on this team. See what you done started?
Hey, listen, 2026 Black Priest Tag Team Champions.
Just say it again. Black Priest.
The Black Priest, led by Zelina Vega. Think about her walking out, talking smack to a tag team with them two behind her.
Oh,
Come on, man. It's right there. All they got to do is just put them together. It's right there. It's so easy.
so easy. AI could do it, but they won't. They won't, but we shall see. I would love to see it. God, let us see it. Alrighty. Let's get down to our next category. Fernando, he finally saw God. Well, Fernando.
Maybe we should name him the Black Priest. Maybe we should name him that because he's like, wait a minute. I don't know about this, guys.
It's too much color.
Yeah, maybe not.
All right.
Think of a different name for him.
All right, so let's select our best moment of the year. The best feel-good moment in WWE in 2025. The moment that made us happy to be fans of this great sport. Scott, what was your moment of 2025?
I can't believe I'm saying this. I think it was Naomi cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase at Evolution and winning that title. I became a fan. I was caught up in the moment because it was such a great match and we had a great moment like that. It's either that or it was specifically John Cena catching AJ Styles and hitting Bray Wyatt's finisher in the Fireflies coming out as John Cena just sat there and watched in the ring. So it's between those two. I think those were two of the best moments we had all year. But yeah, shout out to Naomi, man. The Black Queens reigned, and John Cena, when he went back babyface, showed he had a lot in the tank, and the Butterflies was just a beautiful sight.
Man, the Fireflies, the Sister Abigail. Damn it, that was a great moment. That was a great moment in Australia. It really was. Naomi's cash-in was great too, because my conversion was complete. And that made me happy. But I can even go further back. I can account the moment Scott became a true fan. It was the episode of SmackDown when Naomi and Bianca had that segment in the ring. And the fans who would normally and ignore the segment, they had to sit back and realize, oh, these sisters are acting. They crying. They're showing real emotion. Like when you captivate an audience who could really take that segment and hijack it and you have them at attention, that was one of the best performances and moments of the year for me. Angela and Viola out there putting in work.
Yeah, Tyler Perry would have been very proud of that. We'll probably see that script sometime on Netflix next year. But yeah, that was a great moment, great between both of them. It's a shame that we won't get that WrestleMania match that was probably due and was probably going to happen. But yeah, that was definitely the start of it. And that cash in between that, the Money in the Bank win, the cash in. I mean, that was Naomi had a great year. She had and she didn't even have a full year, but she had a tremendous year.
Yes, Fernando is going out there and saying Naomi had a better heel turn than John Cena. She did.
100%.
She did.
100%.
Listen, she took her music that was identifiable and catchy and she changed it. And I said, why? But then it grew on me because it was an extension of her character. It was hardcore. She leaned into The Rock with her Instagram stories and her posts, leaning into the Rock vibes of it all. I loved it. Like she really took something and reinvented herself. She got caution tape over, y'all. She made caution tape fashionable. Come on.
I enjoyed her Instagram stories when she would open the briefcase and she had like tasers and stuff in there. She was pulling like weapons out. I'm like,
razor blades in her hair.
Let's take it easy. Let's take it easy, Naomi. Okay. First of all, nobody's gonna take your briefcase because we don't know what's inside of it. All right. You don't know what you got put in there. You definitely couldn't take that to the airport. So we know she drove everywhere.
Yes. Then she was rolling on said briefcase on a scooter.
No, that was cool. that was cool. That was cool.
And then AJ Lee's return, I have to say, was another great moment. 10 years in the making. Y'all had everybody watching SmackDown on a Friday night, just see the last 5 minutes, and it was worth it. Something we never thought we would see, but we did see it. And AJ coming back looking good and ripped and gorge and a top 10 merch seller to close the year.
Yeah, she showed up like 3 times all year, and she's a top 10 merch seller. And while we're talking about that feud, Becky Lynch coming out to Seth Rollins music to come face to face with CM Punk, I thought that was a tremendous moment as well. Not quite on those levels, but I think it should definitely get a mention, just because it was unexpected. And if there's any woman who has earned and deserves the title of the man, it is definitely Becky Lynch.
Absolutely, for sure. Getting to our fan picks, Paul Fontaine lists his best moment as John Cena's heel turn on Cody, despite the follow up. Listen, in the moment,
All-time
before
moment.
we before we saw what we saw at WrestleMania and beforehand and after that for a bit, it was an all-time moment.
Mhm.
It was buzzworthy. It was great. Cena's face, because we knew he was too happy, too enthusiastic about everything. And then when he turned stone cold sour and The Rock did the kill him motion, it was a wrap. It was a great in the moment that I won't soon forget, because it was something that we did not expect. And Cody telling The Rock to go fuck himself with this offer, unbleeped, just great television, great directing. Everything was great until it happened after the fact. And then after the fact, not so great. But in the moment, for the night, it was an incredible moment. And then Lady B's moment, John Cena heel turn as well. It was a great moment. In the moment, it was a great moment.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think that we're not even talking about the bloodline reuniting as one of
Yeah.
the best moments of the year, and that was a great moment as well. But yeah, I can't. It's that moment was great. It's just everything that followed, and Travis Scott just kept following around with that sage, man. I just couldn't rock with it.
Come on, man. Just a big one too. Big rolled up sage. Just rolled up this big. A big fatty just rolled up and he's waving around, walking down, Jay getting a contact high. Just Lord Jesus. That first set on Netflix was something else. I tell you, something else. Something else. And now for the big categories now. The big four. Breakout star of the year. The star that had a breakthrough on WWE television, a star that is going to become a bigger star in 2026 if the booking holds up. Scott, who is your breakout star of the year?
Javon Evans. I don't think anyone's made a bigger impact than Javon Evans this year, as far as a young guy who people genuinely want to get behind, want WWE to push. This dude was on 5 shows in 1 week. I mean, he was everywhere. He showed out every time. Every time he's been on the main roster, he has gotten the crowd fully behind him. Even back when him and Ray Phoenix were just randomly teaming up, to him and Gunther having a match in the John Cena tournament on Raw, to him just showing up, taking on anybody on NXT. People are waiting on him to win that NXT tag team championship. He goes to TNA, has a great match with Leon Slater. They have a great tag team. This dude has literally done everything in every company all year. And I think 2026 is the year that this guy finally gets some gold. And honestly, WWE is so scared to put the rocket strap on young guys. If there's anyone that you want to take a chance on, and if it fails, and he will be able to bounce back from it, this is the guy. This is the guy that you can take that chance on, and he could fall flat on his face and it not work, and he will bounce back because he's that good, and the crowd is that invested in him as a character, as a person, and as a wrestler. Javon Evans, to me, was a clear-cut choice for the breakout star.
I agree. I love him. He is so talented. He's charismatic. He's humble. He's a really nice guy by all accounts, has a good head on his shoulders. He has John Cena's phone number. Okay. He's got the main line, a direct line of communication to get advice from the tree of knowledge. And when you have that kind of access and someone that can ground you and show you the way, then that tells me everything I need to know about your future if WWE can just get out of their own way and push him. He's 21 years old. So the hell what? You don't wait. You push him, you crown him, you make him a star. The fans love him in Mexico, in America, internationally. He is beloved. You do not wait 15 years to crown him. You do it while he's hot, while he's not in his prime yet, because he's only going to get better. That's what's scary. He's only 21, has not even reached the peak of how great he's going to be in the next 5 to 10 years. Do not waste your time waiting. Push him.
Yeah, and Fernando, I think we've talked about this before because I'm with you. If they have an opportunity now to make a new youngest world heavyweight champion, they want to erase Voldemort and his name out of every mention in WWE and for good reason. You have an opportunity right there with Javon to make him the youngest world champion in your company's history, and people will buy into it and believe it. And you mentioned Obafemi. The only reason I didn't pick him is because I thought he was this dominant last year, and I think he's just treading water until they call him up to that main roster. But I'm with you, Fernando. If they have a great opportunity to officially and permanently erase Voldemort from the history books, where we don't even have to mention, talk, or think about him ever again, because Randy Orton's youngest world reign, how it starts is always going to be tainted because he's going to be a part of it. Javon can erase, replace, and improve that instantly.
Oh, you're tempting me to do a song right now.
I'm just saying, man. Again, it's right there. Like 2026 has so many things lined up for them that all they have to do is just take a chance. That's all they have to do is take a chance and run with the things that have already started, the momentum that has already been built.
That is so true. But you're not going to get away with you rhyming something with a certain song, okay? Because all I wanted to do right now is just cue up some Crazy Sexy Cool by TLC, cue up Switch, erase, replace, new face.
Come on. You already knew. You caught it real quick, too.
Come on, Holiday Inn. Don't take no mess with nobody. Switch. Come on now.
Hey, listen. Once I started going, I was like, you know what? Let me just run with it. Let me just finish it off.
I knew it immediately. And you knew I was going to call you out for it. Like, okay, listen, going through the Bible that is Crazy Sexy Cool. Come through. All right. So I'm going to play that before I go to bed tonight. Playing some Switch. Why not? Hey, don't take no mess from nobody. Come on now. All right. So Paul's selection. Absolutely. On a bop. Come on. So Paul's pick for Breakout Start of the Year. Interesting pick. I can't disagree. Dominic Mysterio. Dirty Dom.
Yeah. Became a world champion. And we both talked about it on the show. After that match with John Cena in particular, came out with a whole different swag, walk. He was built different after that, and you could tell. The injury came at a bad time, but whenever he comes back, the crowd is going to be fully ready for him. So it's not a bad pick, especially since they were essentially building AAA around him at that point.
Yeah, I agree. He's had a great moment. His moment at WrestleMania when he won the championship, the IC title to be exact. The fans were so happy because the fans, like, we don't hate him. We boo him because he's great. He's a great heel. It wasn't out of like, go away. They loved him. Then he came back for the love, and WWE has to pull the trigger at some point and just get him over as a babyface. And I think it's going to be a lot of equity when he and his dad reunite because the vision is circling for his championship. And they took out his dad. And you got to believe the long game angle, once Judgment Day blows up, is going to be a Mysterio family reunion with Ray and Dirty Dom joining forces. That is where the money is if you're trying to submit the babyface turn heading into next year.
Yeah, Dirty Dom coming in to save his dad from the Vision. That would, specifically Logan Paul. You're not gonna get much more babyface love than that.
Oh, come on. Even Logan Paul would make Dominic Mysterio forgive his father. Even he would reach his limit. Like, you know what, Dad? Let's make peace. This dirtbag, please.
I'm cool with you getting beat up by Braun because I don't know if I'm ready for that. But Logan Paul, that's definitely not happening.
Hey, Maria, welcome to the party as we're counting down the best and worst moments of WWE this year. And you throwing in your pick as well, Leon Slater, as a breakout star of the year. Listen, this man is not signed to WWE officially, but he's unofficially signed. Seriously.
And honestly, I think that even goes more to your point that they've showcased him that much, and he's not a WWE guy. He's got an NXT title shot coming up. He was on John Cena's last show. 2026, he might be the consensus pick for breakout star of the year.
I agree. So she flipped because he's in TNA. It doesn't matter, Maria. He is going to get poached. He's going to get poached. Don't you worry.
No, he's already poached. He is already poached. Don't get it twisted. Okay. He is already poached. They are just waiting on that contract. He has the contract at his house.
Yes.
He is just waiting on his from TNA to expire and him to show up on that debut episode. And then he is signing the WWE one.
It is in a safe, locked away, secured.
Right.
But her other pick would be Joe Hendry, who did secure a WWE bag this year. If y'all watched NXT tonight, Booker T, my brother, Scott, this man is now starting to sing this man's theme song. And I'm over here howling. I mean, howling. Booker T, Lord, he could be a lot, but him singing along to Joe Hendry out of tune was a moment.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Booker T help you get over. Ask
yes,
Stephanie.
Sir.
Ask Stephanie about what Booker T will do for you because that crowd is going. Shout out to Booker T, man, and shout out to Joe Hendry for of all people getting Booker T to get on your side and sing your song.
That is wild. I could not believe my ears. It broke Vic Joseph on commentary because Booker wouldn't stop singing the entire song. God, Booker T is a kingmaker when it comes to getting people over. Trick, you need a remix of your song. Get Booker to do your ad-libs.
That's another one, right? That's the original right there.
Yes,
that's
the original
right there.
Shucky ducky crack quack. Yes, ma'am. All righty. And then Lady B's breakout star of the year goes to Naomi.
That's a solid pick. Yeah. I've sung her praises more than enough tonight, but yeah, she had a fantastic 2025.
She absolutely has. No argument from there with me. As we get to our next category, best feud, best storyline of the year. What stood out as the best damn storyline in WWE in 2025, Scott?
You know, for me, I think it might be CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky and Seth. To see those two go at it, I thought the promos were real strong. And I already mentioned how much I thoroughly enjoyed the Becky Lynch, CM Punk face-to-face stuff. I thought their chemistry was actually really good. Seth and CM Punk have great chemistry. We've seen them in their matches. And for them to essentially build an entire pay-per-view around AJ Lee returning, the pop that she got on her return, I think for me, that was probably the best feud. But I have to mention the Kabuki Warriors and AJ and Io Sky and Rhea Ripley as a close run-up, and will probably will probably be the one for 20. Well, it's gonna probably you know what? I'm torn on those two now that I think about it, but it's between those two right there.
Great picks. I'm going to lean towards the Kabuki Warriors and Rio and EO and Rhea and EO to wrap up the year. The second half of 2025 was really their storyline that carried Monday Night Raw. The heat, the emotions of it all, the acting by everyone was pretty solid. Asuka being a tremendous shit talker in her native language, just talking shit, reading people backstage. I love Asuka. She's like one of the best, if not one of the best to ever do it. Sorry, Goldberg. That lady cleared you in every way. And what about it? What about it? What about it?
Goldberg doesn't even deserve to be mentioned in the same breath as Asuka. When this dude gets upset because his nationally televised last match isn't enough for him, so he doesn't even deserve to be in the same breath as Asuka. What are we talking about?
That's why they cut his speech on NBC.
Right. This dude upset that his last match was on NBC and had the nerve to be mad because they cut a little bit of his speech. Are you kidding me? They built a whole show around you. Don't even get me started on
that. Alrighty, so my feud of the year was Rio. It was Rio. That's their ship name. That's their tag team name in the Kabuki Warriors. Runner-ups. Trying to think what could else be out there that could be a good runner-up in terms of the storyline. Punk, maybe Seth. I'm looking at Fernando. They had a good stretch of matches for sure. Becky and Lyra was Maria's pick. That was good too. SummerSlam match was not great. Even Becky agrees it was not great. I blame the fans mostly because they sucked during that match. But in the beginning, that was a really good feud. But I'm going to go with Rhea and Io and the Kabuki Warriors. And then Paul, same wavelength, Rhea and Io, Kabuki Warriors. And then Lady B is Punk and Seth, Becky, and AJ included in that mix as best storyline and feud of the year.
Yeah, I like Fernando's pick of Punk versus Seth because I mean that started it and then it had a whole continuation into their wives and stuff. So that is a genuinely really long one, especially when you consider Seth took the title from him. Now Punk is still feuding with the Vision, which is still technically Seth's group that started. Seth is still connected to Punk. So I do like Fernando's pick because I think Punk versus Seth is kind of the essence of where even my pick of Punk and AJ versus Becky and Seth kind of is. Punk versus Seth is still the essence and the meat of that whole thing.
Yes, and Maria also checks in Becky versus Maxine as her runner-up for feud and or storyline of the year. Definitely in contention as they wrap up their feud this Monday on Raw with the title on the line in Brooklyn, New York at the Barclays Center. All right, now it's time for our last two major categories. Match of the year. I thought my choice would be easy. It is challenging, but I'm going to stand on business, but I'm going to wait to hear Scott's answers first.
I mentioned that it's all about the women this year. AJ Styles versus John Cena was my number 3 pick because I think that was a great match, and I prefer that one over the Cody Super Cena match just because I love the finisher barrages, and Cena just throwing out tribute after tribute was incredible to watch. But for me, my two that I came down to both involved Io Sky. Io versus Bianca and Rhea was my runner-up. That might technically be the best match, but I just can't get over the moment and the match leading up to it. Io versus Rhea Ripley at Evolution with Naomi cashing in. That for me is my match of the year. The match leading up to that moment was just it was perfect. It was everything that match was supposed to be. And then the cash in on top of it to end one of my PLE of the year. I'm going with Io versus Rhea with the Naomi cash in.
Oof, and you can't go wrong with any of those choices. Really good year for matches in WWE. Also want to circle back to another breakout star of the year, ever so briefly, because names pop up still for me as I go through the list. Soruka is a runner-up for breakout star of the year. So want to point that out. She is actually a part of my runner-ups too for match of the year, the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge at Deadline with Kalani and Soul and Kendall and Jordan and Lola. That was a great 25-minute match. That'll probably be fourth on my list. Then it's AJ versus Cena. Oh, God. Crown Jewel Australia. The love letter to all of our heroes. Just sentimental, beautiful. Then Super Cena versus Cody at SummerSlam, the redemption. Because how do you go from like a negative star main event of WrestleMania to getting 5 stars? That is the greatest recovery and comeback I've seen. To run it back and do it up like that. We had like Cena hitting code reds and shit. He had the man on the Cody Vader lifting him up for an AA. Like everything they did was just grade A entertainment. I loved it. But my match of the year, and we were praying and hoping this would main event of WrestleMania, it still stands as my favorite match. Bianca, Rhea, Io, opening night, WrestleMania Night 2, triple threat for the Women's World Championship. 5 stars, automatic, perfect match. We lost Bianca's finger in the process, which hurts me so badly. But we got wrestling excellence that night to top off the show.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't say enough about in any of those matches. I'm glad Maria mentioned the TLC match at SmackDown. I was going to bring that up as well. That was a great match. But yeah, that triple threat was special. And let's talk about Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Like she is starting to put up a reputation for putting on one of, if not the best match every year. Like she is getting to that point where we might need to start talking about her being Mrs. WrestleMania because her matches are all talked about all year long. And this isn't the first time where she's had one of the, if not the best match of the year. This is not the first time. Her and Charlotte put out a banger. So we might need to start having that conversation when it comes to Rhea Ripley. And Bianca Belair is already in that conversation as well. Io Sky. We might need to start having a conversation about these 3 women right now being the modern day horsewomen, because these 3 women are setting a standard when it comes to WrestleMania. Bianca's been doing it for a while since her match with Sasha Banks. Every year she's doing that. I just mentioned what Rhea Ripley's been doing. Io Sky, since given the opportunity, has showed up and showed out, starting with Bayley and now last year. I'm just saying these 3 women are three of the best wrestlers, male or female, in WWE. I picked the Io versus Rhea match because I think the moment puts it over the top. But when you talk about just pure wrestling, I cannot argue with the triple threat. It was action-packed from start to finish. The only knock I have is that it took out a queen, but we still got a great match in the process.
A queen with her roses, the best fit she ever put together. Just greatness. Had to overcome bullshit from the fans. Y'all trying to boo my queen. I know Rhea is awesome, but y'all trying to sacrifice my queen at the altar. She said, no, not on my watch. But what you said was so great because they are really the cornerstones of this generation for the women's division. And at some point, interchangeably against each other, they could all main event a WrestleMania one-on-one against each other. We still want Rhea versus Bianca. Rhea and Io
That's the
still
one.
have unfinished business. Bianca and
Yeah.
Io could main event a WrestleMania. Any combination of those three in a main event, it tracks for me.
Let's not forget what Bianca and Io did. I think it was at Backlash
Yes, in Puerto
a few
Rico.
years ago. I
Yeah.
think it was at. Yes. Let's not forget what they did over there because that was an incredible match too. So, like you said, any of those combinations is a main event ready to happen. But the one, the one is Bianca versus Rhea Ripley. That is the one. I know Rhea versus Io. That's going to be special too. But Bianca versus Rhea, that is the one that, say what you want, Voldemort McMahon he was setting that up, and that was going to happen. I don't know if Triple H is going to do it because I don't know if he has that type of vision and foresight. But Voldemort McMahon was setting that up and was going to make that special because he saw what those two could do against each other. That's the one that needs to happen and could close a night.
Absolutely. And y'all can run me Bianca and Charlotte too while we at it, because y'all been teasing that for a long time and we haven't gotten it yet.
The last notch on her horsewoman belt. The last
Yes.
notch she needs to knock off.
Yes. Listen, Charlotte loves Bianca down. Give me that, because you know she's going to put in like an all-time performance, because she will get up for the sisters. Ask Naomi. If you are Black, she will sell for you at a very high level.
Hey, you can't argue with it. She recognizes queens when she sees it. Okay, the queen recognizes other queens, and I can't knock her, especially right now. She's having the most fun she's had. I bet you she would love to give Bianca that final notch in her belt.
Absolutely. Let's not forget the Sasha moments, the Naomi moments. Selling, listen, Charlotte selling for soul. When she sell for a sister, you know that she likes you. And she sees the vision, Lash, like she was putting it. Like when she sees a queen and the potential that you have, oh, Charlotte gonna put in that work and make you look good and sell her ass off. So, whew, I love it. Please make that happen, Triple H. Please see color. Do enough for me to do that. And then Fernando says, so Ruka is coming to join them in greatness. Yeah, she's coming. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you who else is coming. Kendall Gray's coming. She's coming. That's a problem. Kelly Armstrong is a problem. These are good problems to have.
The NXT pipeline that they have right now is very, very strong and very deep. And listen, I'm not even the biggest fan of her, but JC Jane has shown that she is no one to sleep on, or especially with that crew she has rocking with her. So
yeah.
The NXT pipeline, especially when it comes, I mean, the men are strong. We talked about Oba and Javon and even Ricky, but that women's pipeline that they have is crazy deep, because you're right about Kendall Gray. She could be the most consistent one out of all. She could be the Bailey of all of them, where you could just put her in anywhere, plug and play, and she's going to elevate everybody, because she might be the best pure wrestler of all of them.
Yeah. I mean, 5-tool player, can do it all. I love that. Got stocks in her. The JC Jane stock, I'm buying in, man. I'm buying in. Like, she's really impressed me this year. The crew, Lainey, you get some cheddar biscuits now. I don't know where you went to. Went to the mall, went to Nordstrom's. I don't know where she went. But all I know is she got some fits now. The hair and makeup, beat for the gods. Fallon, you already know.
She
franchise.
Been ready. Yeah, she been ready.
Franchise, man. Franchise. Move them up to SmackDown. They need all the help they could get. Move them up. It's time.
Yeah, I'm with you, Fernando. Fallon is definitely, she when she decides to break out from that group, she's going to be a strong babyface. I agree with you on that, Fernando.
Yes, absolutely. And one more honorable mention for match of the year. It set the tone for WrestleMania Night 1 in our Triple Threat weekend. We got to shout out Obafemi, Javon, Trick, main event, stand and deliver. Those brothers stood and they delivered.
The triple threats were very strong WrestleMania weekend. Just about, well, actually, no, all of them all delivered. So, yeah, the triple threats were very strong.
Yes, absolutely. So Paul's match of the year goes to John Cena versus AJ Styles at Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia. A fine, fine pick. And then
Mhm.
Lady B is on our side. Io versus Rhea versus Bianca at WrestleMania in Las Vegas, night two.
A lot of top heavy, very strong matches for WWE. They had a good year in ring, I thought.
Me too. Me too. And now it is time for the most important award of the evening, Superstar of the Year. Who could it be? You must have a calendar year that stood out. You put in the work, in the ring, on the mic. You are box office. You are money. You are a draw. You draw the people in terms of viewership and dollars spent on these shows that are pricey as hell. And Scott said we might disagree with who is the superstar of the year. We shall see. But Scott's selection for superstar of the year is
I know John Cena's the sexy pick, and I won't question anyone who picks him. But I have been praising the women all year, and I've been praising them all show. And my superstar of the year is Io Sky. I think she has been the most consistent wrestler all year. I think the way she has elevated her stock with the fans has been a whole different level. For her to get the same type of reactions as Rhea Ripley now, her being a champion, her having two of the best matches of the year, her being able to have one of the best stories of the year, having one of the best feuds of the year, and going into 2026, which should have an even better year. But when it comes to that wrestling, that wrestling part of the show, I don't think anyone has been more consistent or has a catalog of better matches all year than Io Sky. That's my wrestler of the year.
a fine choice. I was torn between EO and John Cena. Tough choice. Who do I lean towards ultimately? EO Sky is my winner as well. I was leaning towards John, but we're talking a complete year. And Cena's retirement tour was a tale of two tours. One half was pure shit. Second half, great. EO
Mhm.
Sky, a straight line of consistency that you could see from the beginning of the year to where we are now. They planted seeds before WrestleMania. They planted the field at WrestleMania, and she carried every feud, every match. She was the standout. They couldn't hide the Joshi with her. They couldn't do that anymore. So I am going to credit EO for being my superstar of the year.
Yeah, I just was so impressed with her. Every match she had was good to great to incredible. She didn't have a bad match all year. The crowd never left her. They never tried to turn on her. I No matter who she was in the ring with, the crowd was always with her. Even when she was in the ring with Rhea Ripley, who was arguably the most over wrestler in the company, they never turned on Io Sky. I just can't say enough. Maria Gunther's a good one too. I mean, he had a great year. Retired Cena, retired Goldberg, won a world heavyweight champion. Was a world heavyweight champion. I mean, he had a great year. Dom is a great pick by you, Fernando. Um, was essentially the centerpiece of AAA that back half of the year. Intercontinental champion, became the leader of Judgment Day. I just When I sat down and thought about it, and I thought about all year, who was most consistent, who was I watching, and who did I look forward to watching every week? It was Io Sky.
Same here. Absolutely. And Paul and Lady B selected John Cena as their superstar of the year. And that's not a wrong answer. But if I'm looking for straight line consistency throughout the year, I'm giving it to EO Sky. I will also give an honorable mention to Obafemi as well. as Superstar of the Year for just being a dominant force in NXT and just having great championship matches throughout the year for sure.
And, you know, his matches may not have been the best all year, but if you're just talking about like what you did in the year, you got to mention Jey Uso. He won
Yeah,
the Rumble. He won the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, ended the year as a tag team champion, and was consistently in the main event. You have to mention Jey Uso. And I know he didn't have the strongest catalog, but just anybody else has that kind of a year, you're talking about them as wrestler of the year.
absolutely. And he had a good year, definitely so. There might be pushback from the interwebs, but until fans stop eating and buying merch, then he is still that guy for right now. And he is still that guy on Monday Night Raw, getting those pops from the fans. But before we go, that is a wrap for the Rap Awards. We do want to touch on two news items of note. The first one is Carmelo Hayes is our new United States champion. He beat Ilya Dragunov on the holiday edition of SmackDown this past Friday night on USA, a great championship match. And it took a minute, it took some time, but it seems as if WWE is backing Melo. Thank God. Triple H, in this case, saw color.
Yeah, and this could be a good thing for Melo. I think he'll be a nice vulnerable champion, someone who you could believe genuinely could lose that title at any point in time, no matter who he's facing. So he's put in the work. You don't want to admit it, but shout out to the Miz, helped him get there, gave him a little bit of a boost. But yeah, I think Melo's going to have a strong 2026. And him walking into the new year as the champion has to be a good sign going forward, hopefully, unless Triple H decides that, oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Ilya, come on back. And he beats him on the first SmackDown of 2026.
You know, first of all, tried it. Second of all, I do love the fact that even in canon, SmackDown admits that we're not going to give you Miz versus Melo. We're just going to skip that canon. Don't need to see it. Don't need to acknowledge it.
Right. They'd have moved Miz on to Joe Hendry.
They said, well, we're not going to do is have this man get cheered over Melo. We learned our lesson when we try to put Javon against the Miz and they got the faces a little tight. I said, see, stop that. Y'all trying to make this man like an old legend. Get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Gonna be ruining baby faces in 2026. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Don't play with me. And Fernando, you're really sweet.
Send that man to AAA. Send that man to AAA so he can get over. You send the Miz to AAA, he will be over there as well. I'm just saying.
Just to get you a bag. Get you a bag in Mexico City. That's fine. Go ahead, go over there. Have some fun. Get over. Be cheered as a legend. Stay in Mexico for an extended tour. Don't come back to America because I know what you're going to do. Getting that old legend status pop. Get out of here. Get out of here. But Fernando, you're really sweet. Fight Game Channel of the Year.
Shout out to you, man.
We love and appreciate you. And then in other breaking news from Monday Night Raw from last night in Orlando, the Usos are now 9-time tag team champions. They beat AJ Styles and Dragon Lee in the main event. Really strong match down the stretch. And Jey Uso ends the year as champion. Some people view this as a demotion, not to me, because listen, tag team wrestling is still king. The Usos main evented WrestleMania as a tag team. And if you want to elevate the division, and Lauren knows they need credible teams, the Usos are the team to highlight. AJ and Dragon Lee were great champions for the time they had the belts. I would prefer them losing to the Usos versus the first option, which would have been Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because let's not forget who was the last tag team to main event a WrestleMania. So let's take it easy with the motion stuff when it comes to Jey Uso and winning the tag titles, because all this does is set up for God mode Roman Reigns to come back and win the World Heavyweight title. And Sami Zayn might mess around and win the Intercontinental title. And then we just got a full bloodline full of belts. So who knows what's going to happen in 2026?
So it's basically the seventh inning being reflipped and reversed for 2023.
That's it.
I
That's
hate
it.
it here. No, no, Seth, hurry up and get back. Come back and rescue us from that dream scenario. No, 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 no. Hell no. I love Roman. I don't want a redo of 3 years ago without growth,
I
without
I would.
layers.
I'm okay. I'm okay with him winning the world title, and just for that moment, it won't need Sammy in there. But just for that
Yeah.
moment, I'm okay with them three having the gold as baby faces in a whole. It's a very different dynamic. It doesn't have to be long, but just for a minute.
Fernando's cooking towards the end. Both of you have a very happy new year. Very happy I found you. We happy we found you too,
Yeah,
Fernando.
same to you, Fernando.
We love your support here every Tuesday with us. We appreciate you and Maria as well. And the Here You Go Cooking. Yes. Woo,
Ooh.
Lord. Lord have mercy.
Brothers versus brothers at a WrestleMania for the titles.
Ooh.
I'm sold.
Ooh.
I am sold. If there's a reason to put the Lucha Brothers together versus the Usos, is it? Fernando, you in the kitchen right now. It's getting hot in there.
You cooking, you stirring up a pot. Usos versus Lucha Brothers at WrestleMania. Brothers versus brothers. Man, that would be special. But y'all
Yeah,
gotta
that would,
get
now
you
that's
gotta get Penta and Ray in the same room first.
well, we got Penta. We do have Penta and Ray in the same room. It's just Rey Mysterio and not Ray Phoenix. You got to be more specific about which Ray.
You know what that is? You gotta be real specific when you pray. Because what you gotta pray for specifically when you say Ray, is it Mysterio? Is it Phoenix? Is it Ray Charles? You gotta be real specific about who you're asking for when it comes
Right.
to Ray. So I hope that happens at WrestleMania. That would be incredible, honestly speaking, for sure.
Yeah, I'm with that. I think that's a great tag match. That will be a great way to open a WrestleMania with
Mhm.
those four kicking it off. The entrances you would get
Ooh.
would be special.
Ooh.
Them yeeting, and then you got the Lucha Bros. Penta already has one of the best entrances in the
Yes.
game as it is. So him and Ray Phoenix, they would do something elaborate and over the top for a WrestleMania entrance.
Oh, the
I think
fits.
that's a great call. Oh,
Oh, the fits they would have on. Oh my god. Oh my god. Duh.
yeah.
I would
You
love it.
sold me on it. I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with it too. So before we go, I do want to touch on one more thing for Monday Night Raw. It was the promo segment between Braun Breaker and CM Punk heading into their championship match next Monday, January 5th, 1 year Netflix anniversary. I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
Braun, I love you. But when you mention that you ran the same field as Lamar Jackson from the Ravens, brother, you got cut. So you didn't run the same field with me. You got cut before training camp was over, my dude. Come on.
Yeah, but I mean that's a little bit. He can say that because CM Punk can't say that he was in the same octagon as John Jones or any of them because he only got Mickey Gall. So at least Braun could say that he did actually run with Lamar. He just got smoked. CM Punk can only say he got beat up by Mickey.
Hey, listen, Mickey Gall got that dub. Got that dub.
Punk got that bag though.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah,
Still
he
getting
got
a
that
little
bag
side
though.
bag. Getting a side bag still from UFC. That is a wrap for all things WWE. Enjoy the Rap Awards. Fun as always to dive into the best and worst of WWE for 2025. And we're already in store for a busy 2026 because we're going to be back next Tuesday night to recap the fallout from the first Raw of 2026 live on Netflix from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, where we have new champions, quite possibly, maybe. And then NXT, a noteworthy show as well with New Year's Evil. Could there be more title changes? We shall see. We'll be back next week to discuss two very jam packed shows. But until then, I want to thank Perky Scott Young for joining me tonight to recap all of the best and all of the worst from WWE over the past year.
Thank you for having me, Keila. As always, it's a pleasure to chop it up and talk all things WWE. Shout out to Fernando. Shout out to Maria for being in the chat. Hope you guys have a great new year. Keila, hope you have a great new year. 2026, looking forward to it. And yeah, should be should be a very fun year, hopefully, and it's got to be better than what 2025 was.
Yeah, for sure. It was a so year for WWE. Some good moments, some so moments. I do think this is an inflection year for WWE. A lot of questions are going to be answered. And our question is, how much are people willing to spend still on WWE if it's not as hot as it was 2 or 3 years ago? Will that bubble burst a bit heading into next year? We won't know until after WrestleMania. That will basically tell the story heading into the rest of this year. But as always, I want to thank Fernando and Maria, all of you guys, for joining us as we go live every Tuesday. It's been fun for the last couple of months. Can't wait to be back at our regular time, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern, next Tuesday, as we recap the first few shows of 2026, including, God help us, a 3-hour SmackDown on USA.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah, as I said before, I will be going to sleep around the 90-minute mark on SmackDown. I will wake up around midnight, go on my phone, and read the recaps of what happened because I cannot make it to 11. I am sorry. I'm going to tap out.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'm just going to start it about 30, 45 minutes late.
Do not blame you because you won't miss nothing at all. But we will talk about what we can right here on The Wrap next Tuesday, live on YouTube around 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So until then, for myself and for Perky Scott Young, that is the year that was in WWE. May we ring in 2026 with good health, with love, light, happiness, and the road to WrestleMania upon us as we hit the road heading into Las Vegas, Nevada once again. So for all of us here, Happy New Year, be well, be safe, and that is a wrap for all things WWE. Take care and bye-bye.